Oh my gosh, that's so descriptive. Oh my gosh, just imagine being the therapist reading that though. I mean, they've probably heard worse, but wow. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is your favorite boy from the Midwest, Ethan. And today we're going to be taking a look into another British comedian. This will be the first time that I've seen anything from this guy. This was recommended to me by one of you guys through Instagram. The British comedian's name is Rhod Gilbert. This is his sketch live from the Apollo. When I looked him up to see where he was, he actually is from Wales apparently. So shout out to you guys in Wales. This will be my first time reacting to a Wales comedian. So I've done English and Scottish, and now it is time to do a Wales comedian. I do want to thank Korg from Instagram for recommending this to me. Also guys, I apologize if my voice still sounds a little off. I was sick like last weekend, and even though I'm feeling better, no fever, no sick symptoms or whatever, I still have a slight cough and my voice is still off. So anyway guys, that's what's going on with me. But before we get in the video guys, you all know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, turn that notification bell on. You can hit me up on all my social medias. With that being said guys, let's get right in this video and check out the comedian Rhod Gilbert.
No, I'm not. Somebody laughed at that idea. I'm not going to pick on anyone. I'm a reformed character, ladies and gentlemen. I stand in front of you. This is the new me. I used to be quite a petty, angry person. You may have seen me on television ranting and raving on the odd occasion. I am not anymore because I have had, I've had anger management. I've had anger management, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is the actual anger management diary that I had from when I was doing my anger management sessions. And I'm not going to embarrass anyone. I'm not going to ask anyone if you've had anger management or if you've ever seen an anger management diary. Basically what it is every time you get angry, you write it down in this diary. It's a sort of bit like a normal diary, except every day somebody...
No, myself, I've never been in anger management, and I didn't know that they wrote diaries.
You get angry, you write it down in this diary. It's a sort of bit like a normal diary, except every day somebody gets twatted, right? I can guarantee you somebody gets the shit kicked out of them every day of my diary. It's a sort of cross between Bridget Jones's diary and Mel Gibson's, if you can imagine such a thing, right? And I'm gonna take you through some of the entries in my diary, because this, basically, the way it works is you go for, I went every 2 weeks, right? And then, you know, in the interim, you leave the...
Was that enough?
And then they give you an anger management diary, and you have to write down every single time you get angry, who you got angry with, who said what to whom, how you could have avoided it, what you've learned from the whole experience. I will level with you. Filling this out pisses you off more than anything else that happens in the 2 weeks.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Oh my gosh, that'd be awful to have to write all that stuff down.
Because it's tedious. Every time you get angry, you've got to write it down. And partly as well, there's stupid questions on this diary, right? And I know in every area of life, every form we ever fill in, there are stupid questions. But bear in mind the context. You're angry when you pick this up. By definition, you are pissed off when you reach for this diary. And then you come to questions like this, right? Look at this shit. Every incident, I had to fill this out. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is not at all angry, and 10 is feelings of very strong anger or rage, how angry would you say you were at the start of this particular incident? I've put, what's the point of having a scale where 1 is not at all angry on a pissing anger management diary, right? When are you going to get so wound up you think, this is going straight in the diary, give me that bloody diary, right? 1, not at all angry. There you go. How can happen? If I'm honest, I was in the wrong frame of mind filling this out, right? Because if I read this diary out to you, you know, if you read all of it, right, in sort of chronological order, you would see that this worked over time. If you're doing anger management or counseling or something, stick with it, because I think it works. It does work over time, but it doesn't work overnight, right? And I'm going to read...
That's with almost anything though, like working out, learning something new. Nothing really works overnight. You just like push through and do it. Especially like as a human, we're like creatures of habit or whatever. I've heard I think it takes like a month to create a new habit, and so that's why it's really hard to like break habits. So right now, I just recently started working out now that I can, and it's really hard. And it's like that drive, like having to go do it when you know like my body's like wanting me. Like that, like having to do that drive, like I haven't gone over that hump yet to where it's a habit yet. I don't know, I find it can be really hard to force myself like out of bed or whatever to like go into the gym and like actually do the work. It can be very hard.
it works. It does work over time, but it doesn't work overnight, right? And I'm going to read you some of the early examples from my anger management diary where I think you will detect from the tone that I'm not quite in the right frame of mind yet. Let's see if you can hear it, right? Who or what, this is an early one, who or what would you say was the main cause of your stress or feelings of anger on this particular occasion? I've put First Great Western Rail Company. Right? Deciding that me popping to London on the train from Cardiff should cost the same as an all-inclusive 7-night holiday in Spain. There we go. I put in brackets for a family of 43. In your own words, it says, in your own words, describe how you felt at the time. I've put, well, in my own words, I felt like First Great Western had pulled my trousers and pants down, bent me over the counter, and force-fed an entire baseball bat into my bottom.
Oh my gosh, that's so descriptive.
Can you hear the tone? I'm not quite in the right frame of mind. Right?
Oh my gosh, just imagine being the therapist reading that though. I mean, they've probably heard worse, but wow.
Then it says, what action did you take to combat the stress or feelings of anger? For example, counting to 10 or breathing exercises. I wrote everything down in this amazing anger management diary. And I instantly felt so relaxed, I barely noticed the last 9 inches of bat going in. That is not somebody who's in the right frame of mind, is it? I'll tell you who else we've got. Where's Jeremy Edwards? There he is, little Jeremy Edwards, actor, Holby Hollyoaks. Anything recently?
Casualty.
Or Casualty? Oh, you've literally been in Casualty.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
You just had an accident. How have you damaged your wrist so violently?
Punching a comedian. No, I got.
You punched a comedian.
That's better.
Very nice. Very nice. That was good. You used to. I was reading about you. I don't know if this is true because I Wikipedia jobbed it. Didn't you used to work in the canteen in Reading railway station?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Really? What were you doing?
Washing pots, big pots.
Washing pots.
Yeah.
I bet they didn't call it that, though, did they? They never do on the trains. They never call a spade a spade. They're full of shit on the trains. I imagine you were a fairy liquid consultant or something, were you? A soap sud distributor or a crockery hygiene specialist. This is my current favourite on the trains, is when they go, ladies and gentlemen, the buffet car is now open. Serving a selection of hot and cold snacks, teas, coffees, biscuits, crisps. And then I'm thinking, please say it. And then they go, on board today, we have our travelling chef. Travelling chef now, is he? That's awesome. That's the biggest piece of travelling. Old Toasty Jeff. Fair play. Toasty Jeff is now a travelling chef there. Have a look in his kitchen. Right? Because you're thinking, he's not a travel. Look at his kitchen. Because normally you don't get access to the world's top chef's kitchens. You can on the trains. Just stick your head on the counter like that. You can see straight in. Consists entirely of a microwave and a pair of tongs. That's all he's got in there. He's not travelling.
Oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of like some job positions. Like instead of a name for a secretary, there'll be like executive assistant to the executive or something stupid like that, just to make it sound more important than it is. I can't really relate to the train thing though, because I've only been on a train one time, and it was just like a point A to point B type of train. Like there was nothing on it but seats. It was like really no different than riding on a bus. There wasn't any food or anything, honestly.
Chef, I've got a plastic spoon and a tracker bar in my coat pocket. I'm not Marco Pierre White, right? Who's that? Who's that with the sandwich trolley, darling? I think it's Heston Blumenthal. If it's Heston, I'll have a Twix. Maybe it's just me. Maybe you do get a Michelin star for turning round and passing somebody a Kit Kat. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing I do know, though, that you definitely don't get. You definitely do not get. The very best chefs in the world, they definitely don't have to close their restaurant to do a stock take just because 2 people in a row order an egg and cress sandwich. I'll tell you that. I can laugh.
I want to say, like, you guys definitely have probably the most famous chef in the world. You guys have Gordon Ramsay. I actually absolutely love Gordon Ramsay and like watching some of his shows. He's really good, so shout out to you guys for that. I have to say, Is his accent like a standard Will's accent? He's actually not too hard to understand. It's just he's speaking so fast. Like I know I talk fast sometimes, but he's talking so fast that like even though it's clear, like I'm barely able to like keep up with him.
About it now, but not back then when it happened. We had a 40-minute ding-dong about that egg and cress sandwich. Because he wouldn't sell me an egg and cress sandwich. Because it was his last one. And if he sold it to me, people wouldn't know he did egg and cress sandwiches. That's the traveling chef. He wouldn't. It's in my anger management diary. Right, here we go. It's in my diary. This is a convoluted conversation. You're just going to have to hang in there and follow it. All right, this is the conversation I had. I said, I'll have an egg and cress sandwich, please. Traveling chef, I haven't got any. Me, yeah, there's one behind you on the shelf there. Him, oh, that's just the last one. That's just...
Okay, just a second, guys. I gotta look this. I want to say, I'm guessing that's egg and crescent, but I just want to look. So yeah, egg and cress sandwich just looks like an egg salad sandwich over here. So yeah, I'm glad I looked that up. I'm glad I looked that up though, so I knew like in context what he was talking about. Because I was thinking it was like in a croissant, but it doesn't look like that's the case.
To show the range of sandwiches we do, sir. Me, what? That's just to show the range of sandwiches we do, sir. Me, before we go any further, can I just get this straight in my own head? That you're keeping an egg and cress sandwich on the shelf to show that you do egg and cress sandwiches, but you're not doing egg and cress sandwiches, is that right? He said they are in the range, we just haven't got any at the moment. I said, you have, I can see it. At the risk of this turning into one of the shittest pantomimes of all time, behind you. He said, if that one goes, people won't know we do egg and cress sandwiches. I said, but you don't do them. I'm trying to get one and look at the state of me. He said, we do them. I said, oh, good, I'll have one then. He said, we haven't got any. I said, you have, you traveling pissing chef. I can see the crest sticking out from behind the egg. Either that or it's the worst mirage I've ever come across. He said, look. He said, look, sir. He said, it's quite simple. I thought, is it? He said, it's quite simple. He said, I will be restocking later, and I want people to know that we'll have egg and cress sandwiches in the range once we've restocked. I said, but once you've restocked, there'll be egg and cress sandwiches on the shelf, won't there? Once you've restocked, there'll be egg and cress sandwiches on the shelf, and people will come along and they'll use their eyes and their brain in tandem to assess the situation, and they'll realize you do egg and cress sandwiches, and they'll ask you for one, and you'll give them one, and the whole thing will work like clockwork. Well, because at the moment, this system you're operating is fundamentally flawed, because you're only helping one group of people as far as I can see, and they are egg and cress sandwich spotters. People who don't even want an egg and cress sandwich at the moment, they've just come to the buffet to investigate whether you'll have any egg and cress sandwiches at some random point in the future. Only by the time they come back, you could be down to your last one again, and you'll have to go through all this shit with somebody else, only they're going to be even more annoyed than I am, because they'll be in the uniquely frustrating position of having gone to the trouble of verifying the future availability of egg and cress sandwiches earlier on, won't they?
Wow. He was talking so fast, it's like he didn't even take a breath during that whole spiel.
What are you talking about? I said, please. Please, traveling chef. Please understand. Please, if that egg and cress sandwich isn't for sale, please just take it down. Either sell it or take it down, but don't leave it up there, but please. Him. Why? Because you don't seem to understand that not being able to have an egg and cress sandwich is far more irritating when you can see one right in front of you than when you can't. Him. Why?
This chef sounds so awful, especially with someone with anger management problems. It'd be just maddening to have to deal with this.
Me, because, and I really believe this, people are far more ready to accept that you haven't got something if they can't see it. For example, it hasn't crossed my mind that you're doing a hog roast this afternoon. At no point have I wondered which of these lobster I'd like from the tank. What lobster? Me, exactly. Do you see how it works with the eyes and the brain? And he said, I can do you prawn. If you like lobster, I can do you prawn. 20 minutes later, I had prawn. And I almost had a full nervous breakdown. When he passed me that prawn sandwich, and he said, huh, that's my last one of those as well.
So that was pretty funny. That may not have been the best bit. Obviously, there were some things I just didn't understand. I didn't understand like some of the famous people that were there and stuff. But still, I liked his energy and his presentation. If there's other bits or clips that you guys would like to see me react to, send it my way. I definitely would like to try more of his because I did enjoy his comedy. It was good and it was very energetic, and I feel like he has to talk so fast to get so much of a story out in such a short time. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to Korg again for sending this my way. Thank you guys for all the continued support on the channel. Comment below what you guys thought of this and let me know what future stuff you'd like to see me do. That's all I have for this video, though. Please be safe, take care, look after one another, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.